cell. It is the most important part in the cell because it controls almost all the functions in the cell. Okay, coming to the location, it is present in the center of the cell, and it sends messages to the cell to grow, to mature, replicate, or die. So the cell is totally controlled by a structure which is present in the center of the cell, is called nucleus. Understand? You see here the presence of nucleus in this picture in the center of the cell. This is called the nucleus. This, and this small one inside the nucleus is nucleolus. What is it called? Nucleolus. Understand? This round one entire thing is called nucleus, and in the center of the nucleus there is another round like structure called nucleolus. Okay, here you can see the nucleus is covered by a membrane, and it is also called as what is it? Nuclear membrane. What is it? Nuclear membrane. Understand? Now, the nucleus is covered by a nuclear membrane, also called nuclear envelope, is actually two separate bilayer membranes, one inside the other. And here, the nucleus is also covered by the membrane, and it is also bilayer membrane, one membrane inside the other membrane. And you can also see that the nuclear membrane is penetrated by several thousands of nuclear pores. Okay, this nuclear membrane is penetrated by several pores like structure. They are called as nuclear pores. Okay, what is it? It's called as nuclear pores. Large complexes of proteins are attached to the edges of the pores. So the central area of each pore is about 9 nanometer in diameter. So what he is saying here is the nuclear membrane contains large number of pores, and each pore is occupied by a large complex of proteins. Okay, after occupying the pore by the protein, the space which is remaining is about 9 nanometers in diameter. Okay, so there is a pore in the nuclear membrane, and in the pore the proteins are attached by the edges. After attaching these proteins, the space which is remnant is only about 9 nanometer in diameter. Understand? That is what. And the another thing you have to see is the outer membrane of the nuclear envelope or nuclear membrane is continuous with the endoplasmic reticulum of the cell cytoplasm, and the space between the two nuclear membrane is also continuous with the space continuous with the endoplasmic inside the endoplasmic reticulum. Here previously while studying the endoplasmic reticulum, I have discussed that endoplasmic reticulum is in continuation with the nuclear membrane. See, that's what here he is telling. Here also the nuclear membrane is in continuous with the endoplasmic reticulum, and the space between the two nuclear membranes is also in continuous continuation with the space inside the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. The nuclei of most cells contain one or more highly strained structure called nucleoli. See, this is one of the strained structure in the nuclei, and the name is called as nucleolus. What is it? The name is called as nucleolus. Okay. The nucleolus does not have a limiting membrane. Instead, it is see, what is this nucleolus? What does it contain? Does it also has any membrane like a nucleus? No, it doesn't have any membrane, but it contains large amount of accumulation of RNA and proteins of the types found in ribosomes. Okay, the central strained structure in the nucleus is called nucleolus, and this nucleolus does not have any membrane, and instead of having membrane, it is just an accumulation of large amounts of RNA and proteins of the types found in ribosomes. Okay. The nucleolus enlarges considerably when the cell is actively synthesizing proteins. Okay, the nucleolus will enlarge when the cell needs to synthesize more proteins. Okay, right. This is the small lesson about the nucleus. Understand? To sum up, the nucleus is the center of the cell, and it controls the growth of the cell, maturity of the cell, and the replication of the cell or death of the cell. And the nucleus has a center staining structure particle which is round in shape, and it is called nucleolus, which does not have any limiting membrane. Understand? And this nucleolus is made up of large amounts of RNA and proteins. Okay, and the nucleus is covered by nuclear membrane, and this membrane is again bilayer. It has one membrane and inside one membrane, and there is a nuclear space in between the two membranes. And this nuclear membrane is also in continuation with this is endoplasmic reticulum. See, this nuclear membrane is also in continuation with the endoplasmic reticulum, and the space in between the two layers of the nuclear membrane is also in continuous with the space of the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, this is what you have to see. And here there are pores present in the nuclear membrane. These pores are occupied by the proteins. Okay. And after that, the space of the pore becomes around 9 nanometer in diameter. Understand? Yes. Thank you for listening.